Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to another video in my 2021 holiday card series. I hope you are doing well. So one of the themes in this card series has been that I want to reuse items that I've shared with you in the card series. So I want to try to use almost everything at least twice. I know I won't be able to get to everything, but in today's card we're going to be making, or in today's video, we're making another card using that really fun holiday ornament shaker kit from Queen & Co. And we're doing it in a completely different color palette, but a very similar layout. So let's head over to the craft table and we'll get started. So this card started with the idea that I was going to do red and green, because I had promised that in one of my last videos. And so I pulled out this paper from Echo Park. This is actually, I think it's a mix of My Favorite Christmas and the Lumberjack Christmas from last year's collections. And I decided to just completely go a different direction. So I went ahead and pulled out this ornament paper, which I love so much. And that's when I decided that I was going to go ahead and use the plaid papers to create ornaments. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the 3 ornaments that I want to use. I used 2 circle ones and that one kind of modern shaped ornament. And then we're going to keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and work on black paper. In hindsight, since these went down on a black layer, I really didn't need to do it this way. But if you are like me and you don't want to invest in the dies that these attach to, you can just do them on a scrap sheet of paper, whatever you want the back of your ornament to be, and then you can cut them out. So that's exactly what I did here, because I wanted them to look, I wanted the stuff inside to really stand out. And I ended up using some white little snowflakes and then some red and white little sprinkles. So you don't have to use what came with your kit. If you end up buying this kit, you don't even have to buy a kit to make a card like this. But it was just a fun kit. I really enjoy their kits. I know for those of you who are outside of the US, that's not cost, it's very cost prohibitive is what I was going to say. So you could do something similar by using either layering dies, layering circle dies, or layering ornament dies, and then just cutting out a window like you would for a normal shaker card and going from there. So if I have enough time in this series, I will do my best to try to show you how you can make something like this without having to resort to buying a kit. So I brought in a new glue so I wouldn't be messy, and I was messy anyway. So you saw me put down the the acetate that comes along with. I will say that's the one good thing about these kits is that they come with the acetate already shaped. But again, if you're going to be doing this with just some dies, you can use your die to cut it out. And again, I will do my best to make sure that I get that video up for you. I just don't own any, ornament dies. We'll have to play around with it, but I will get back to you on that before the end of the year, hopefully. Hopefully. So here I'm just going to use my scissors to cut around the bottom. And then I'm going to bring in this quilted cover plate from Honeybee Stamps. I love this thing. You guys saw me use this when I made the aqua and red Christmas tree card. It's basically like an embossing folder, except it's a die and not a folder. And I don't know, I don't know what the difference is other than it's not a folder, it's a die. It's a die. So they tend to be way more expensive than just a regular embossing folder. So I'm sure that you can find something that fits just as well. So here's the layout, and again, it's very, very similar to the layout that I used in the other card, the one that was pink. And I apologize that the color changed, but my camera doesn't handle acetate very well. Anything shiny, it just loses its brain. So I apologize for that, but yeah, so I'm just gonna get these adhered. I had a little bit of baker's twine left in my collection, and like this was the very last piece, so I went ahead and added that to the ornaments. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring in a stamp. The last time I made the card like this, I didn't stamp, but this time I really wanted a cute little sentiment. So I'm gonna bring in the "'Tis the Season," and I'm just gonna stamp this on this scrap piece of red. I don't even know where this red came from. It's just been on my desk. I'm like, let's use it. Let's use those scraps. So I used an embossing buddy to remove the static. I'm bringing in some Versamark and I'm just stamping down. I'm not using a stamp positioner. This is so simple and small. It's just really not necessary. Unless you struggle with holding on to the blocks, then yeah, absolutely use your stamp positioner. So I've added some embossing powder to that, and then I'm going to bring in my heat tool and some tweezers to hold this so I could heat it up. And once that's melted, I'm going to bring in a stitched rectangle die. I used the ones from Pink and Maine. That's why they're pink. And I'm going to get that cut out, and then we're going to get this adhered to the card using some foam tape. And that's it. That's this card. I really, really love how this one turned out. And here I'm just using the foam, leftover foam from the kit. That's what I always do with this foam. So I really love how this turned out. I really love this color palette. You guys know that it's something that I'm really drawn to, along with purple and silver and just really anything Christmas. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully this is in the Etsy shop. If it's not, it will be soon. I appreciate you guys so, so much. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.